Happy Wednesday, you sexy, sexy bakes. Coffee up. Got some things on my mind. But as always, I want to hear what's on your mind. What's on my mind today? Consistency and death. Isn't that kind of really weird? So I was making some notes on that. Anyways, it's not going to depress you. I promise it'll be good. We always learn from each other and we always make each other better. So I'll see you here in about 4 minutes. Have a good day. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It is Wednesday. It is a great day to be alive, my friends. Oh, I have to admit, I'm not as high energy as on some days, but I'm still feeling good. And I'm going to get some energy from you. And you're going to feed off of the energy I do have. I don't have a ton of energy, but I've got some here. I've got some things on my mind. I don't know if I've been doing some deeper reflecting recently. I thought I had a pretty good sleep. Business has been going okay. I have no complaints there. But some days you wake up and you're just like a little bit more solemn. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm not low energy today. Maybe I'm just solemn. That's what some of mine is. I'm solemn. I washed my AirPods the other day. That sucks. There's never a reason to be in a bad mood. That fails. What really sucks is they were like, stop doing nothing AirPods. Look at that. I had stopped doing nothing AirPods and I washed them the other day. So they smell amazing and they are very soft, but they are broken. I'm very, very sad about my AirPods. Good morning, my friends. Happy Wednesday. 9 a.m. Wednesday, September 4th. Look at us. We're alive. We are alive. Most of us have 10 fingers, 10 toes. This is a great day. This is a great day. Got to start off grateful. Got to start off with the good things, right? Can't worry too much about the really minor bad things when you've got good things going on in life. And we are alive. And we're going to spend some time together. Hey, my name is Patrick Almond, and this is the Stop Doing Nothing show. We are live 3 times a week, 9 a.m. U.S. Central, and we talk about life, we talk about business. Today we're going to be talking about money and whatever else is coming up, especially in your week. I want to hear from you. Where are you watching from? What's your name? Drop a comment, okay? And as always, make sure you subscribe on YouTube. I always have a list of topics I want to cover when it comes to business and life. But I will pause all of those to hear what's going on in your life. And if you have a question about business or life that you would like some advice on, there are a very small number of topics into which I am an expert. But if your question falls, or your comment or your mood falls within that, then we can definitely talk about it. And that's more important than anything I have to say. Okay. Again, my name is Patrick Almond. I run a digital marketing agency called Stop Doing Nothing Media, headquartered here in Oklahoma City. Been running this for a couple of decades, and we are big fanatics of everything related to digital marketing. Texting, online appointment setting, missed call text back, building CRMs, building entire sales systems is what jazzes me. Really, everything from Facebook ads to landing pages to basically selling courses to selling coaching, all that stuff. I love it when I can help somebody sell more of their brain, more of their knowledge. That's really one of the bigger assets we have is our brain and the knowledge. And there are people out there that want to buy what we're selling. And so I basically help people turn that into money. That's a very, very good way of putting it. I help people turn their brains into money, if you will, okay? Multiple streams of income, monthly recurring revenue income, all kinds of stuff like that. So if you know anybody that ever wants something like that, please send them my way. The number that you see at the bottom of the screen, you can always text for business help, for CRM setup, just even for live show help. I believe it should coming across the screen here, but it's 405-217-4752. And if you want to be notified about the live show, then make sure you definitely text that. Text show to 405-217-4752. And, I'm the one that answers most of those texts. So I will get on that for you. Where are we today? We are September 4th, middle of the week. Some call it hump day. If you've paid attention to anything I've said in the past, you realize that's not really a hump day so much. It's just another day in the week to get your shit done, okay? I realize that some people, their depression starts on Monday morning when they go to work and it ends Friday morning when they grab a beer. A while back, I decided that I'm going to try and be consistent 7 days a week. So my energy and the stuff and the habits I do on Sunday are the same as they are on Tuesday, the same as they are on Friday, the same as they are on Saturday. You gotta, in my opinion, that's really what you have to do when it comes to managing your life and your energy is look at your week as a 7-day week. It's not a 5-day week with 2 days of break. It's a 7-day week, is really what it is. It's a 7-day week. And so if you're going to exercise, if you're going to eat healthy, if you're going to get up early, if you're going to stretch, if you're going to spend time with your family and friends, you've got 7 days to do it. You don't just have 2 days to do it. You've got 7 days to do it. And it may require some sacrifice on, some of those weekend days when you want to sleep in. And I have to admit, I used to be like that. But what I think enjoy now these days is consistency across all 7 of my days. So I know Sunday morning, I'm going to wake up and my Sunday morning is just going to be like my Monday morning, it's just going to be like my Wednesday morning. It just doesn't matter. I was able to get out and do my 3 point some odd miles this morning, probably 3.1, 3.2 walk. Hopefully, you have an exercise plan or a fitness plan or something today. It can be gym, it can be walking a mile, it can be throwing a slam ball down. I've got 4 slam balls for sale. I bought these a while back. I've bought 4 slam balls because I thought I'd be doing these in my garage, and then I realized I don't have any space in the garage. And if I do it in the backyard, it's going to scare the neighbors. So I've got 4 slam balls for sale. I'll probably end up selling them to the local gym, but who knows? But who knows? What is coming up this week for me? So this is just pretty cool. This happened right before the show started. Is as you know, on Sundays Saturday or Sundays, never both. There's a buddy of mine, David, and his sister. They walk the stairs in downtown Oklahoma City. I believe it's called the Bank First Tower now. It's 35 stories, and I know this number intimately. And David is a retired firefighter. And in honor of what happened September 11th, he's out there 1 to 2 times on a weekend climbing those stairs, 35 stories up, down, up, down, up, down, 3 times. Okay. I found about this about maybe a year ago, and I've been doing it. Not as consistent as he is, but I've been doing it. And so what's cool is this weekend in Oklahoma City, we're actually having the September 11th Memorial Stair Walk at Leadership Square. And what's going to happen is active and retired firefighters and other people, other first responders, are basically going to gear up, for lack of a better term, and go climb the stairs, go climb the same number of stairs that the first responders had to climb on September 11th. And I'm not in a position to do that. Don't have the gear, and I'm not sure I'm really have the physical ability to do that. However, I am going to volunteer. So we've been talking to the volunteer coordinator this morning. So that's where I will be Saturday morning, bright and early, probably 5:30 in the morning, helping set up for the 9/11 memorial stair walk / run / ruck. So if you're doing that, kudos. I will see you probably at a volunteer table someplace, either helping get you hydrated or helping get your paperwork signed or something like that. And if you're not, maybe you can consider coming out and watching and cheering these people on. Like I said, I know it's active and retired firefighters are just going to gear up and they're going to just make that whole same walk, the same number of flights up and down that the first responders had to make, in New York on September 11th. I guess more specifically Manhattan. Probably September 11th, many, many years ago. I believe that was, 2001? Is that right? 2001. So yeah, that's where I'll be Saturday. I'm looking forward to it. And then maybe in a year or two, when I feel I'm more physically capable, I can gear up myself and go do that. I would obviously have no problem with the stair climbing because I do that with my buddy David, but doing that with another, 10, 20 plus pounds of gear on, I mean, we're talking air tanks and multiple layers of clothes and the boots and the helmet and all that stuff. They're doing that. And that is really something to be admired. It really is. I was got into an online debate recently with someone that just said, just look, zoom in the pixels. Look at this. September 11th didn't happen. It was all squibs and explosions. And how come this didn't do this? And I'm like, shut the F up. Okay, just shut the F up. I'm all for some cynicism in life. I'm all for being skeptical, but people that just live and breathe on outright conspiracy theories when there is no proof. Now, I'm not talking about opinions, okay? I'm talking about factual things in life. People who are thoroughly convinced that there are people who, everything around them is a conspiracy theory. Everything around them, okay? We're talking the people who believe that planes are putting chemtrails up in the air, people who just have these other beliefs out there that completely contrary to scientific proof that certain things are happening in their lives. I can't prove it, but trust me, they're putting chemicals in my breakfast cereal that are going to make me impotent. Please. Oh, it's exhausting. It's exhausting sometimes dealing with conspiracy theory people. Let's see, what else was on my mind on the agenda this morning for the show? Let me look here. What is it? Here we go. Oh, consistency. Well, first, let's cover the death thing. I think probably, I'm not going to say it's in a healthy amount, but there are times where I kind of obsess a little bit over the concept of death and finality. And I don't do it because I dread death. It's going to be kind of hard to dread it when it's coming for me. Okay, and I don't have you know I don't have any terminal illnesses right now, but I know death is the finality for all of us. It's every single one of my neighbors will eventually die, as will my family members. They will all eventually die. We know how life ends. Okay, we know how life ends. I think about it in terms of reminding me of the important things and to help me reset priorities. Okay, that's why I think about death. And I actually keep at least one reminder around me about death because I don't ever want to forget it. I don't want to get buried in the day to day life stuff and forget about my priorities. And one of the ways I do that is a while back, a close local business associate, his daughter passed away. And I found that about it. I went to the funeral and I took I'm going to say it's agenda. I don't think it's called an agenda, but the flyer that you get out at a funeral. Hey, Mark, man, I appreciate it. I really do, Mark. You're never late, man. You've got a life you've got a life outside of me. Trust me, Mark. I completely get it. But my buddy, his daughter passed away relatively young. She had had health problems all over the years, and so when you go to a funeral, you get the book, right? It's usually just front and back, 8.5 by 11 folded about the life and times of the person, and we take that and we sit down. We're quiet. We may sit with some friends that we know, and we flip through that, looking at the agenda, kind of keeping track who's speaking. And then then we all usually probably all end up with a prayer. Everyone leaves, goes home. You throw that in the back of your car or in your passenger seat, and then eventually you clean out your car and you throw that away, right? I took that this time. I can't even remember her name, but I took that. Hey, Tushbib, is I said that right? Tushbib is saying, thank you for watching. I took that agenda you get at a funeral and I put it in the passenger car side of my car with the goal of keeping it there as a reminder. Number one, so I remember her, okay? And I pick that up every now and then and I read about her and her life. But also to remember that someday my version of that piece of paper is going to be given out at a funeral. And it's going to have my picture on the front, probably my high school picture, one of my speaking pictures. It's going to say Patrick Allman, April 11th, 1968 to, September 4th, 2024. And then on the inside are going to be various speeches from people. And then they're probably playing my favorite song, It Better Be Up, It Better Be Upbeat. I do not want people to be sad at my funeral. And then everyone's going to leave that funeral. They're going to, throw the flyer in the back of the car and they're going to go on with their day. So that's one of the ways that I kind of remind myself that death is always coming for us and to make sure that my day-to-day priorities are correct. And then I had another interesting online experience this morning. I was getting ready for the show here and just flipping through YouTube, just looking for some things to help my live stream. And I came across, I hopped on Twitter, okay? And there was a I believe the guy's name was Mark. There is when I look at the Twitter, I know this is kind of weird. For news, I will hop on Twitter and I'll look at Explore and I'll look at the trends because it'll give me some words that maybe cause significance of news. Like if there's national, international events going on, you can hop on the Twitter and you can very easily catch and see what's going on in addition to the news sites. So I do like a morning news scan. I go to Twitter, I go to 4 or 5 major news sites, I look for headlines, see what's going on in my world, and then I shut it all down. And on Twitter, one of the trending phrases, I think it was like RIP Mark. Hey, Instagram user. It just tells me Instagram user. It doesn't give me your name. Can you please tell me what your name is? Hey, Michaela, girlfriend, how you doing? And Tushbib Hussein, thank you for the fist bump. And thank you for the stop doing nothing. But yeah, my comments just came across from Instagram saying Instagram user. And there's no picture and there's no name on it. So let me know who you are there. You know what, Tushib, you're a first-time watcher. Let's get this up on the screen here. Look at this. Beautiful man, has a beautiful haircut like me, and has amazing facial hair, Tushib. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. So I was flipping through Twitter looking at Vinny, my man. Vinny's over. Okay, Vinny, I know who Vinny is. Vinny's a long time buddy. What was I going to say? Oh, so I was looking for trending topics on Twitter, and one of them was I think it was RIP Mark is what it was. it was a phrase, R.I.P. Mark. And I'm like, oh, who died? Did Mark Zuckerberg die? Did Mark Wahlberg die? And I think it was Mark. I'm not sure if it was Mark or not. And so I dug into it deeper, and I went down a rabbit hole, as oftentimes you do on Twitter. And I found out there was this YouTuber, and again, I think his name was Mark, who was incredibly popular. 1+ million viewers. He talked a lot about outdoorsy stuff and gun stuff. Okay, and he had passed away. And I browsed his YouTube channel for a little bit to watch his content. I think, oh, cool. I'm not a I'm perfectly okay with guns. I like guns. I like outdoorsy stuff, but I don't follow any, like outdoorsy gun type people. So I thought, oh, cool. This is kind of cool to watch. And then I ended up to his YouTube channel, and there was a YouTube video that said, "I'm dead," and it was him. And then you watch the video, and the video was posted, I think, 12 hours ago. And then you watch the video, and the title of the video says, "I made this video basically a year ago, and I told my company to post it after I'm dead." So he has died recently, and he made a death video, but he made it a long time ago. He had pancreatic cancer. He knew it was coming. And so he made like a 5 or 6 minute video, I think, talking about, his joys, his regrets, his journey, things like that. And he was prepared for it. That to me, it brought me some happiness to see that somebody actually prepared for their death and the message they wanted to send, but they only wanted it sent and seen after they had died. So obviously his company had his company and his team had access to his YouTube channel, and they posted it per his instructions. And I thought, what a beautiful thing. What a beautiful thing when you know the finality is coming and you embrace it and you even make a video for it. And it actually got me thinking a little bit that might be something I want to do, is to do an I'm dead video. The funny part is when do you record it? Do I record it today because I might die tomorrow? Do I record it in a year? Do I record it after I have a terminal disease? I don't know. But anyways, that kind of put me in a good mood. It really did. And I'm going to go back and watch that video a couple of times to learn about that guy more. And the title of the video is just, "I'm dead." Yeah, Vinny. What does Vinny say here? Vinny says, I do the same thing with Twitter, trending topics. That's what it's called. Thank you, Vinny. Trending topics. Trending topics, quick scan, and then close the app because it's a fire hose of info. Yeah, I don't even have the app anymore. And recently, with what's been going on in Elon's mind, man, I've really been thinking about deleting my Twitter account. Trending topics might be one of the few reasons I keep it. I very rarely engage in conversations there anymore. But if you want a quick snapshot of what's going on in the world, especially when it comes to major breaking news, that like all things is a good source of information. But Elon is just losing his damn mind recently, and he's done amazing things when it comes to cars. He's done he's done amazing things when it comes to spaceships. Okay, the guy needs to keep his ass out of politics. He really, really does. He's just losing his mind a little bit over there. Let's see what Mr. Cantrell said here. Mr. Biss says he did the same thing. He just moves the schedule further along, and eventually he won't be there to move it. Not sure if he still goes this route, as he can pay someone to do it now. Okay, so Mr. Beast, the YouTube kind of guy that all of us want to be, has already done this. He just keeps moving the date out. I mean, what's going to happen one day? Post-mortem video thing. Yeah, what's going to happen one day if he forgets to move it and he's still alive? Let's say he goes on vacation. Wouldn't that be horrible? If he goes on vacation, disappears for a week, and the video just auto-posts and he's not there to respond or rebuttal it. But man, that's a really good idea, Mark. I didn't know that. Thanks. I know a little bit about Mr. Beast. I don't know a ton about him, but that just seems like a really good idea. I mean, if you know death is coming, why not plan the paperwork, obviously, and plan the post-mortem message. The post-mortem message. I mean, take control of that. If you don't, and this whole thing is not going to be about death, I promise, but if you don't, what has to happen is after your I like that, Vinny. I was thinking about making a video and scheduling it for 50 years from now. That would make me 106. Man, Vinny. And you know what? I hope you're around to take it down when you're 107, man. Wouldn't that be great? That'd be very great. But yeah, so I'm there. There are things I've done in the past to prepare for my beyond. We have a trust set up that if I ever have any assets worth saving, they will go inside the trust. We have a living will set up. We have all kinds of things set up for that. But a postmortem video, that just seems like a really good idea. It just brings some finality to, number one, to your family and friends, but also, you know what? I mean, look at us. We're all here chatting on a Wednesday, September 4th, 9:30 in the morning. You guys are kind of some virtual friends. And wouldn't it be great if I left a message for you to let you know how I felt about you and what I thought about death, what my thoughts were as I was passing over? Anyways, that was on my agenda this morning, or my thoughts this morning. Consistency. Let's talk about consistency real quick, and then we're going to get into the money talk a little bit. I'm not going to obsess over money. That was just the banner I put out. I have so many thoughts on my mind. Again, me doing my morning walk, listening to my podcast, I was thinking about how much I used to suck at things. And I want to hear your comments on this, because I'm sure this has happened to some of you too. How much I used to suck at certain things and I did not want to do them. But I've learned the hard way that consistency will teach me to get better, and you will get better with the consistency. Not the best exerciser, okay? Not the best jogger, not the best runner. I can do it. Not the best at lifting weights, but I'm consistent about it. And the end result, like a lot of things, the end result isn't as important as the consistency of doing the action over and over. And the consistency of doing the action over and over is what will eventually bring the results. That makes sense. A lot of times we don't want to do a really hard thing. Hey, Vinny, you know what? Don't worry about the podcast. I haven't updated it recently. So I need to take all these video episodes, Vinny, and turn them into podcasts. So, dude, it's Bad Patrick and Bad Vinny, both. But yeah, everyone else, do what Vinny says here. If you like this show, you know what? Blatant Patrick plug. If you like this show, of course, subscribe on YouTube. And yes, there is a podcast. Go subscribe to the podcast. Give me a 5-star rating if you like it. And if you don't, message me. But you will see the podcast hasn't been updated for a while because I haven't done a good job of taking these videos and turning them into podcasts. And I'm like 10 or 20 behind at this point. So like, share, rate, all that good stuff you do. But consistency. Has anybody ever just kind of plugged forward and did something even though they weren't good at it? Here is a classic example, okay? You and I are watching each other right now, okay? I do not have an amazing video studio here, okay? I hear you, Vinny. I do not have an amazing video studio here. I don't always have the best topics or the best agenda, and I'm not always able to phrase my words right. There are some times I'm a public speaker. I know better than to say pauses incorrectly and ums and ahs and trip over my words. I know better than to speak really fast. If you guys are watching the Monday show, I got on a rant about something Monday and I was just going 90 miles an hour. At some point in time, I had to stop and take a breath. I know that's not the right way to do a show. But oddly, and I found this is kind of surprising, oddly, I get people in the comments here and in the comments on Facebook that are like, dude, you have an amazing show. How are you able to do that? And it's like, I don't know. I know I on my calendar, I picked 9 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I say press go live. And the software I use, Ecamm for the Mac, has a little countdown timer. So when you schedule a live, it counts down, and then when it's time to go live, it flashes. And the flashing is go time. I love the way that goodness gracious, Lorne Michaels put it for Saturday Night Live. I'm a huge Saturday Night Live fan. And Lorne Michaels said, we don't start the show when it's ready. We start the show at 11:30. I believe it's 11:30, right? So it doesn't matter if you're ready or not. It doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't matter if your makeup's on right. It doesn't matter if you're the perfect weight or if you have the perfect software, the perfect laptop. You go when you have to go, and you learn along the way. Or another way of putting that is you stumble on the way to success. And if you're someone who's watching this and there's something you want to do, I'll speak about the digital marketing world. If you want to sell a course, if you want to make a video, if you want to do a podcast, just press the damn button. That's all you have to do. Just press the damn button and figure it out along the way, okay? You want to sell a course? Brian, 5 stars from Brian. Thank you, man. You want to sell a course, but you don't know how to build a landing page and an order form and an upsell and a thank you page? I'm not going to plug myself blindly here, but reach out to Patrick. I'll give you the software, and all that stuff is in there that makes it incredibly easy for you to say, create a landing page, create a product, create an order form, sell the product. It's incredibly easy to do this stuff. Yes, Vinny, of course you should have a course. We're putting that on screen for sure because we're going to remind Vinny that of course you should have a course. If you've got anything over 5 years experience of anything in life, you sure as hell should have a course, in my opinion. But yeah, you want to go exercise? Quit waiting for the perfect weather. Quit waiting to get the right tennis shoes or the right spandex, or in some ladies' cases, the right Spanx. Do you even wear Spanx during exercise? I don't even know. It's been a long time since I've worn Spanx, as in never. But quit waiting for the perfect t-shirt. You know, put on any pair of shoes you have and go walk around the damn block. And then tomorrow go do it again and again and again. You know, as a lot of you know, I get up and I exercise every morning. And I don't always have the perfect clothes and the perfect socks. I get up and I stumble around in the dark and I find out whatever shorts, underwear, and relatively bright shirt I have on, and I put on the damn shoes and I open the damn door and I press start on the watch and I go. I just go. I'm not going to say I'm not a well-educated man. I'm not a well college educated man, okay? I have no 2-year degree, 4-year degree under my belt. All my life, it's been just kind of stumble along and figure it out on the way. There are some people that learn better in classrooms. There are some people that learn better in just doing. And somehow along the way, I discovered I learn better in just the doing. I really do. Yeah, I'm the kind of guy that watches, plenty of YouTube videos on getting stuff done. But man, and I'm not going to harp on this too long, but it's obviously the entire, right here. Oh, there it is right there. Look, that's how I've stumbled along to the things that people consider successful now. Patrick, how did you get the perfect background? I don't know. I just bought these foam pads up. How did you get the light to do that? How did you get the microphone there? I don't know. I just figured it out. Had no choice but to figure it out. When you have no choice to figure it out, you'll get good. And in my opinion, you'll learn a lot faster than you will inside of any kind of college course. Nothing wrong with college. Not going to dog college for sure. But man, consistency will win over planning any day of the week. You can plan all you want. What they say, consistency, I've heard a phrase like this, and someone may know what it is. Consistency will have run 4 or 5 laps while planning is still getting its shoes on. Something like that. Okay, so that was on my mind this morning, is the consistency of action. How much I wanted to virtually reach across the camera and strangle you to figure out stuff along the way. I don't know if Michaela's still watching. There's something else popped in my head. Michaela is a good friend of mine, and her comments were in here shortly. We were talking on the phone yesterday, and Michaela was going to pitch a web design client last night, and she's going to use the platform she's never used before. I don't know if Michaela's ever done web design before, but we talked on the phone for 5 minutes, and she very much has the attitude of, well, I don't know everything I'm going to say in this pitch, and I don't know how I'm going to deliver everything, but I'm going to go to this meeting, and I'm going to pitch this person on this, and once he says yes, and then I'll figure it out along the way. Kudos to Michaela. And she texted me, I think last night or this morning, that she got the gig, and I'm going to help her figure it out along the way. But man, Michaela is going to be so much further ahead. Yeah, I like Brian. Yeah, you know what, Brian? I love this phrase so much, man. I'm putting it up on screen too. Brian, come on, Brian, get it on there. Come on, tech. There we go. Yeah. I would say that, no, Brian, I would say a better way of putting this is F around and figure it out. That's what I like it. F around and figure it out. That's the one I would really probably put on there right there. And you know what? Vinny's a good guy. We're always gonna put Vinny's stuff on the screen. Okay, money, 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 honey. Okay, money has a bad stigma, in my opinion, and we are constantly tugged back and forth when in the money discussion. Okay, there is when you're young and dumb, you want money because you see people that have money and they are able to do things that you are not able to do. So let's say, you come to some self realization like 10, 11, 12, 13, and you're like, man, people that have money get to do all the cool things. They get to fly jets, they get to have fancy tennis shoes, they have more options and more choices than the rest of us. And then some point in time, probably in your 20s, reality hits you and you get your first, consistent job and you're looking at the money coming in. You're like, how in the world am I ever going to make the money to afford these things? I can't remember what I was making in the military in 1986. Couldn't have been more than 20 or $30,000. But then again, I didn't need much. I was living on base. My food was on base. I could walk to work. I didn't need much at all. Um, but then you realize you want bigger and better things, and you want more choices and more options, and you have no idea how those are going to happen. Okay, and then this also happens. Social media did not help with this issue. When people that are selling courses on how to make money get really flashy online and try to show you how much of a pimp or pimpette they are and how you can live this fabulous lifestyle if you just buy their $49 course. Well, the only way they made that $49 course was either had a shit ton of money in the bank from another resource, or they're selling $1,049 courses a month on how to make money to make their money to the marketing to help them sell the more course on how to make money, and that they take that money and use that to write other courses on how to make money, so you can eventually get in their mastermind on how to make money by showing people how to make money. Vicious circle jerk right there. Vicious circle jerk right there. Um, what was I saying? Oh, the internet marketing has made that really, really simple, a big plague on the world. Network marketing has done it to a point also. I don't want to dog network marketing, but like all things, when an affiliate marketing, when things are marketed as in quick and easy solutions for you to make money, you can guarantee it is not a quick and easy solution to make money. And some people take a long time to learn that. Some people learn that lesson pretty fast. So that's another phase in your life. And then eventually you get to the phase, I think, where hopefully you will get soon, and where I think I am, is you realize that money is not the end. Money is the destiny. Money is not the end. Money is the journey. Okay? Meaning that I'm not gonna mince words here. I want to make a shit ton of money in my life. I want to make as much money as possible. I want to do that by bringing value to as many people as possible. Okay, I'm not ashamed to say I want to make money. I want a big bank account. Okay, you will never see me buy any Lamborghini. As a matter of fact, the car I really want to buy is like a Volkswagen Bug. I used to have a Volkswagen Bug was my first car, and if you just dropped $10,000 or $20,000 in my bank account today, I would go out and find a Volkswagen Bug. I would think it would be so cool. I'd probably paint it. My first Volkswagen Bug was black and white. It had a Starsky and Hutch stripe down the side. Yeah, Vinny put it up there very, very well. We'll get this on the screen for you, Vinny. But yeah, I want to make a ton of money by bringing a ton of value to people's lives. And that's the area you should get to. So when you think about money, don't think about it as a shameful thing. If you have the wrong mindset, you'll think you'll be ashamed of making money. Another reason I want money is because I want to give it away. I want to have money so I can have choices of giving away money. I want to have money so I don't ever think twice about seeing a homeless person on the side of the street who's begging for food and begging for money. I want to be able to give every single one of them $100. Herbie, Sunday. Hey, thank you, Sunday. Appreciate it. Bring that up. Very good. Herbie the Love Bug. Was it 53? I think Herbie's number was 53. I was a kid when those came out, and I was in love with Herbie the Love Bug. Let's get see Sunday, Sunday Gardner. Thank you for watching Sunday. Let's get her on Herbie right there. Thank you. Yeah, I loved a Volkswagen Bug. That was my first car. And if you gave me $10,000 or 30 or $100,000, that is likely would be still the first car I'd buy. Now, would I want maybe a cool Tesla? Yeah, I'd want that also. Not that Cybertruck. Not that Who said anything about the Cybertruck? Steven, dude, Cybertruck, that thing is a monstrosity. But then you're turn into an upgraded time machine from Back to the Future. Okay, you recovered there a little bit. Okay, but yeah, the Cybertruck is an ugly thing. Yeah, Sunday, I remember that too. I loved Herbie the Love Bug 53 and the comedians that drove Herbie around. That was very cool. Thank you. I want money so I have choices in life. I want money so I have the choice of working 8 hours in a day or 2 hours in a day. I want money so I have the choice of walking up to every homeless person in the world and giving them $100. I want money so I don't have to worry about my own bills, so I can spend my time volunteering for other things, other people. You know, I volunteer to school every Friday, and this Saturday I'm volunteering probably a good chunk of the day for this memorial marathon here in Oklahoma City. That's how I want to spend my time. I want to spend my time volunteering. I love to give my time. Now, I have to pay my bills, so I have to balance that out. I have to balance that out a little bit, okay? You know, the paying the bills versus of the whole making money thing. But that's the reason I want money. I want money to bring value to other people's lives, okay? And I want the choices money gives me. So if you're ever really in the hustle mode in life and you're just trying to make money and you're trying to make ends meet, and somebody, you know, a lot of those in the digital marketing world, give me an amen if you're in the comments, if you're in the digital marketing world, if you sell anything online like I do. A lot of times people will look at our stuff and they think, you're selling something for that much money? It's just a YouTube video and a PDF. Why are you doing that? Why are you saying that for so much money? Well, because you've earned the right. Number one, you've earned the right and the knowledge and the wisdom to sell it for that much money, okay? But also, you know what? I'm not interested in getting to $1 million by selling something $9 at a time. Okay? I want to get to $1 million by selling something $100 at a time, $1,000 at a time, $10,000 at a time. Okay? I'm not going to get there by selling, you know, I don't know what the math would be. How many courses, how many $9 courses would I have to sell to make $1 million? I'm sure someone can do the math. It's probably like 10,000. Is that right? No, it wouldn't be 10, 20, 10, 100,000. Still wouldn't be there. 11,000, 100,000, 110,000 maybe. I'm just trying to do the math in my head there. But man, that is just not the way I want to go in life. So I charge very well for my services, and then I turn around and I give that money and I share that money and I use that money for other purposes as much as humanly possible. I do need some money to pay my bills. A lot, yes. Perfect, Sunday. That's perfect. That's exactly a lot, 100%, a lot. But I need the money to pay my bills, so I don't want to be cheap there. But if people in your world, if friends, and let's put air quotes around that, friends, right? Where's my camera over here? Friends. If your friends ever dog you for making a lot of money or wanting a lot of money, that's not a very good friend in my opinion, because they don't understand the concept of money being time and money being value to other people. Now, could I sell all my belongings, live out of a backpack, and still volunteer a lot and still bring value to people? Yes, I could. You know what? That's not my path. That may be your path, to bring value to other people. My path is to make money and use that to buy my time so I can volunteer and do other things. Mark, I have two. Don't dog me, Mark. I have two friends, okay? That's because I have two cats. That's why I have friends, Mark. My two cats love me, dude, okay? So don't dog on my two cats. Usually you can even hear them at the office door meowing. They must be off sleeping because they were up, you know, doing cat shit all night long. But yeah, but yeah, so be proud of the money you make and be proud of what you do with it. And just be wary of people that are around you that don't understand what you are trying to do in life when it comes to your time and to your money. And that's also a really good way to filter out your friends, okay? I don't like the concept of, you know, necessarily of like dumping friends or getting rid of friends or something like that, but um, use your filtering process on how you do things in business to decide who your friends are. Okay. I heard it. I was listening to a podcast this morning when I was walking, and I heard someone say on a podcast, a really good way to filter out your friends is the ones that seem to be obsessed with and only talk about the past. They only talk about the old you and the way you used to do things and the way they do things and the way they think things should be done. If they're always talking about the past, that's a red flag right there. That person may not be the best person to have as a friend. So that may be someone that you want to back off a little bit on and say, maybe not. Maybe that's not a good idea to have you as a friend. Now, people that understand the concept of time and money and value, those people you want to pull in closer and tighter. And the funny part is probably only 20% of your circle, because I go by the rule of 80-20, 20% of your circle are going to be those people. So it's okay to push people out of your life that don't have your values, especially when it comes to, money or work ethic or things like that. And you should be pulling in people closer that do have your values. Okay. So that's your homework for the rest of the week, is look at your friend circle and figure out who has your values. And the ones that do have your values and that you want to pull them closer to, let them know. Okay. That's something else that none of us are very good at. None of us. I'll say Patrick. That's something that Patrick is not very good at, is letting people know their value and their worth. So, I've known Vinny for a long time. Mark has been on here a few times, and let me see who else is watching here, who's been on here before. Michaela. Oh, definitely Michaela. I love these guys. Don't see them often enough, but I need to let you guys know that I do love you and I do appreciate you watching. And whether I get to see you in person once every 10 or 20 years like Vinny, or see you online, every other day, I really do appreciate it. I know you guys have the same values I do because you're on here. Hopefully Sunday will be a repeat watcher. But I do this show as much to hang out with people that are consistent and have the same values I do, as much as I do to share my knowledge and share my training and share my wisdom. Okay? So for an hour, we get to hang out with people who have the same uplifting views, the same inspiring views, and who want to make money and who want to make a difference and change the world. So that's what I do 3 days a week, I guess you could kind of say. I just kind of turn on the camera and hang out with my friends for 3 weeks. Okay? Okay. The coffee is hitting that curve. It's not cold yet, but when it tastes really good and it's hot, and every single sip, it gets a little bit cooler. It's just on the cusp of getting cold. I keep saying I need to get one of those coffee warmers to put on my desk versus one of my really good friends. This is my whatchamacallit. It looks filthy, doesn't it? But this is my cup holder, right here. And yeah, my coffee is in the process of getting cold. For those of you that know, we don't do a show with cold coffee very long. So what else is on your mind? Hey, Mark, tell me what projects you're working on, man. Same goes with Vinny, and same with Sundays. Sundays, especially you. You're first. I don't think I've seen you on the show before. So let me know what you do Sunday, so we can kind of spread the word and share people. Basically give you a little bit of a commercial here to talk about what you sell. And are you in Oklahoma City with me here Sunday, or are you someplace else in the world? You could be in Nigeria, you could be in France, you could be in England, you could be anywhere. But share what you do, so all of our little group hang out here, so we can promote each other and lift each other up. I know Mark is in the exact same space that I'm in. Vinny is into photography and has a great lady. Still can't do the coffee though. Oh, Steven, I'm sorry, Steven, I didn't see your comment run. Steven hangs out with us also. For a little bit. So a lot of these people are in the same space I'm in. But Sunday, yeah, if you're still watching, comment and let us know what field you're in, so we can lift you up and share what you do here as we slowly wrap up. We're coming up here at the top of the hour. What else do I have going on today? Mark, I am in the exact same space as you, Mark. Mark, man, we are brothers. And You're up near Stillwater. Okay, cool. So you're let me see, up Stillwater. Got it. Okay, I've flown into Stillwater. Interesting fact, Mark. Did you know? And I've probably talked about this before. Is I have flown into Stillwater from my local airport up to Stillwater and done touch and go is probably more than I've driven up to Stillwater in my life. But I've definitely, yeah. My wife is selling. Oh, okay, Sunday. I didn't realize you were in the white label space also. Okay. So let's see what Sunday is. No, I used to be in Texas. I'm a business coach for travel. So where are you now, Sunday? Georgia. Okay, cool. Selling white label of GHL. Okay, so you're in the same digital marketing space that we're all in, pimping out our high level accounts. As a matter of fact, Michaela, who was on this thread earlier, I'm going to be setting up her up with a new high level account for a new client of hers today and teaching her how to bring her into our world. So she's going, one of us, one of us, one of us, one of us. I actually like that little airport. They haven't heard about September 11th, it appears. Oh, I don't know what that means, Mark. You have to explain that to me. I don't know what that means. But yeah, that's a cool little airport there. When I was doing a lot of my initial flight training, I would fly up to Stillwater to practice stuff because they do a lot of training up there too. Okay, Sunday. So you are in the high level space like we are. Hopefully, we can all sell some more CRM accounts today. And we can get Vinny on our CRM also, so we can basically help Vinny sell a course. And don't you even try to poach Vinny from me. He's mine, mine, mine. Easy in and out, so no checking of anything. Yeah, exactly, Mark. I'm 60 away from the award. You know what's weird about what's interesting about that high level award is I have monthly accounts, monthly retainer accounts that won't count towards the award because they already had high level and they are using high level either on their own or in somebody else's agency account. But I am their consultant and their setup and their advisor person. So I've got several lines of high level income that I'm not going to get credit for. But that award, that award would be nice too, Sunday, I have to admit. So let me know how we can help you, get there. Hopefully also Sunday and Mark and who else was on here that I saw that hopefully all of us high level people will meet up here in Dallas pretty soon. I've been working on I don't have a ticket yet. I don't have lodging yet. So I'm ironing out those details right now. There's a buddy of mine from Oregon. She has a VIP ticket and she may not be able to go. So before I bought my ticket, I actually kind of have to wait for her to decide if she's going or not. And if she's not going, I'm going to see if I can transfer. I'm going to see if I can somehow transfer her ticket, even though they say no transfers. I've got some buddies at high level. Even though they say no transfers, I'm going to see if I can transfer her ticket to me and get the VIP ticket because the VIP ticket has an open bar. Whoop, whoop, open bar. And if I'm going to hang out with a bunch of computer geeks for 3 or 4 days, I'm going to need an open bar. I'm just kidding. Next year, but as an award winner. Steven, good idea. Man's got goals. So hopefully, Steven, if you've got goals, you know what the end result is and you know what you have to do when it comes to consistency. We were talking about that earlier to get there. So Steven, if you're going to get the goal, I'm kind of curious, have you done the math backwards to figure out how many accounts you need to close every single month to get there? And are you on track for that? There's a good question for you. Warriors watching on YouTube. Who's Warriors? What's your real name? But thank you for watching, Warriors, whoever you are, man. I appreciate that. Let's get Warriors on the screen. It's me, Ray. Which Ray? Is it that Ray? Is it the Ray I'm thinking of? Dude, it's me, Ray. Could it be the Ray I'm thinking of? That would be awesome. So I'm kind of curious, Steven, have you done the math backwards? Because I think the award's at 100 accounts, right? Have you done the math backwards to figure out how many accounts the okay, now track, but not yet. So it's only the 4th of September. Okay, so you have like a year and 2 months is what you have, right? No, you have a year. I'll tell you how long you have. Yes, it's that Ray. Exceptional cleaning service, Ray. Got it. Okay. So I have my little countdown timer here for the event, which is what? Metrotech, Ray. Oh, okay. Okay, Ray. Thank you, Ray. Thank you for bringing that up. So high level conference, 48 days. As a matter of fact, high level conference is in 48 days, 22 minutes, and what did I say? 48 days, 22 minutes. Here we go. 48 days, 22 minutes. 48 days, 22 minutes. No, 48 days, 22 hours, 4 minutes, and 57 seconds. Okay. 13-ish months. So you've got 13-ish months to get 100 accounts, right? I'm sure you already have more than one account. So that means, Stephen, someplace on a vision board, someplace in a project management software, you have the next 13-ish months laid out in front of you. And you know you have a goal every single month, Stephen, to hit on that. Okay? You have a goal every single month that you're going to have to sell X number of accounts to get that award. Okay? I'm missing this year. I'm like Stephen. And I take it for granted that first of all, tech conferences are very big to me because I love to socialize. And I love helping people, but also I take it for granted because 2 a week, there you go. So, and so, what was I saying? And so I can drive down. That's what I was going to say. Okay. Dallas is just 3 hours south of me. And everyone here, hopefully it's Sunday for sure, knows where Dallas is, but I'm in Oklahoma City. So I have it easier than probably most people, especially people that have to travel from overseas, is I can hop in a car and I can be down to like high level headquarters if I wanted to in like 3 hours. And then the hotel, or as I like to call it, the Big I, because you have that park with a big I right by there. So that's a relatively easy drive for me. And then finding a hotel in the Midwest is, fairly cheap. I think the host hotel is full, and the conference itself, I could be there for dinner. Okay, Steve, it's only a 5.5 hour. Well, that's good. That's helpful for next week. Ray, man, Ray Metrotech, exceptional cleaning service. Tell me your last name, Ray. I can't remember it, but I know you are in my database because I did text you. But thank you for tuning in, Ray. I don't recall you being on the show before, man. Let's get your name on exceptional cleaning service. So I believe you have to be here in Oklahoma City. So that means Ray is somebody that I met. Not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before, Ray, is when I believe it was. There was a big business/networking event, and I was offering a free webinar training. I had people text in for that. And this tool we're talking about, High Level, that I use to help people sell more stuff online. That's what I was kind of pitching at that event, and Ray texted in, and he's in my database, and I texted him this morning about the live show. I think that's what happened this morning, Ray. That's how you found out about this, right? Because I see you're watching on YouTube. But he looks like he runs an exceptional cleaning service here in Oklahoma City. So cool, Ray. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. We've got a couple of minutes. So I'm interested in somebody commenting about something they need help with. And then let's see if I can provide you a resource, either online or personally, to help you out with something. I will say that something I've learned in business recently, not to pimp the business too much, but I love running ads and getting business for people. And one of the easiest ways I have found out recently is text message marketing. I am kind of shocked every single day how well text message marketing works for my business. I'm listed in the High Level directory as a certified consultant there. And in my directory entry, it says, we're going on about 200 certified admins in the directory. And in the directory, all the admins look the same. You're kind of in a floodgate there. And I put something unique in my profile there that says, if you want high level help, text X word to my business. And somebody did it yesterday. It's a hilarious word. You can go look in the High Level directory and see what it is. But you can text that to my business. And number one, I made the guy crack a smile on his face. But number two, I can now track that lead source, which is really important. So if anybody's watching this and they want to use AI or text messaging in their business, man, seek me out. I can hook you up. Mr. Mark. My answer for you, Mr. Mark, is one I'm sure you've heard before, man. I live and die by ClickUp. Okay? It's not open right now, but over on my Mac, ClickUp is one of my shortcuts, and I put everything in ClickUp, Mark. I have what's called a workspace called Clients, which is kind of the high-level organization of ClickUp. Underneath that, I have a folder for each client. Inside of each folder, I have a project for each client. And inside of ClickUp, I can have my documents, my client documents, which I can then query later with AI because ClickUp has built-in AI. And then for my projects, though, I have like all my to-do lists, which I can turn into Gantt charts, and I can see in like a calendar view. There are so many really good tools out there, the Mondays of the world, the Asanas of the world. And there's a constant battle between all of these. ClickUp, to me, I come from a project management background. Okay, I actually got project management training early on in my career. Um, so I have a little bit of a mindset for project management. We have tried to make project management tools are basically glorified to-do lists these days between Mondays and the Asanas of the world. ClickUp to me is one of the ones that I like it because number one, you can put a lot of detailed data in there. You can draw all the pretty pictures we need to see. Like clients oftentimes want to see like Gantt charts or timelines or dependencies or calendar views of that stuff. ClickUp does all that. I was looking for a consistent way to keep hold of documents for clients. Okay, ClickUp has document management. I'm going to be a little. I have to admit, I'm a little bit slow to adopt AI, but I've noticed that once I start dumping a ton of stuff inside of ClickUp, um, its AI gets better, and I can use it to query stuff. And here's a good example, Mark. Here's the last tip I'll leave you with. Something I really do like as I go over my time here. Um, Something I've gotten really good at doing, Mark, is a lot of these Facebook threads that we see in all the groups that we're part of, whether it's a ClickUp group, a high-level group, a high-level SaaSpreneurs group. Every now and then, you'll see like a really long post of like a brilliant Facebook strategy. Like I saw one a couple of years ago that was a brilliant first tier, second tier, third tier Facebook strategy. Someone went out of their way to write that up. I copy that and I paste that and I put that inside of a ClickUp document. Okay, it's like in a nice to know information file, like under Facebook ads. That is now going to live and breathe and forever inside this knowledge base I'm building inside of ClickUp for myself. Okay, the problem with Facebook posts, especially is that it doesn't matter if a Facebook post gets 1 like or 10 likes or 10,000 likes. It will eventually disappear. Okay, social media content is transitory. It's temporary. And the greatest information ever posted on social media will disappear. It will die. That's just the nature of social media. It will decay, as the algorithm puts it, and you'll never see it again. So that one post I saw that was 5,000 words of brilliance will eventually get lost unless somebody searches for it. Except for I've copied that post and I've dumped that inside of my ClickUp, inside of my ClickUp account, if you will. And so for me, it'll be there forever. Okay. And that's really what I'm aiming for, is to build. I'm using ClickUp for a couple of reasons. Number one, it lets me organize stuff by client. Number two, it has a Mac client, so I actually run it on my Mac here, which I like. It has document management, which I like. You can build charts in there. So there's so many different things in there. And for a while, I was kind of floating between ClickUp and Notion. I had both of them installed side by side for a while. And Notion does not do project management. In Notion, you can build a table of projects and a table of clients and a table of data, but it is not project management. Okay, there's a difference between just storing lists of things and actual managing of your projects. Okay, I can build an Excel spreadsheet, or excuse me, a Google Sheet, and manage my list of clients. That's not management. That's just maintaining a list. I like ClickUp because you can manage stuff. And another reason I really like it is because they put out a lot of knowledge and a lot of training, which that is a big deciding factor for me on how I make my product choices. Is if a company puts out a lot of training, a lot of education, that's an instant in my score chart of things. That's an instant video. So, Stephen, do you have a video on ClickUp? No, I don't. Could I put one together for you? Probably. It's going to be faster, Stephen, if you go to probably the ClickUp's website and get like a demo video or watch some of their educational training videos. I can put one out, but they've done thousands of them already, hundreds, if not thousands of videos. But maybe I can sometime. Maybe I can, when you put out something like this, Stephen, as you know, I'm an attention whore. And I use ideas like this for inspiring other videos I make. That's how over the high level world, have gotten somewhat popular. Is I like to look for people who are struggling on the weekends, and I make a video and I'll put it on my YouTube channel and on the Facebook group. So, Stephen, I'm not going to say no. I'm going to say it's going to be faster if you go over to the ClickUp website and look at one of their videos. Oh, and by the way, ClickUp, the basic version of ClickUp is free. Last time I checked, I have a paid version. but the basic version of ClickUp is free, so you can like install it right now and get used to it. But please make sure, I keep saying my final thoughts. Please make sure you look at the ClickUp training. Don't just install it and start trying to managing stuff. There's a ClickUp page someplace in there, or even in the ClickUp Facebook group. There's a ClickUp Facebook group also that I read on how to basically set up ClickUp to manage client projects. Go find that post. It'll give you the structure to put inside there of how to structure your stuff to manage your clients, which is how I came up with the workspace and then client folders and then projects per client. I watched somebody else's video who runs a digital agency, and they basically show their structure and how to manage things in there. So definitely take these tools are a lot more effective if you use the education the founders of the tool give you. We definitely all know that inside the high level group for sure. So yeah, please, Mark, check out ClickUp, man. If you have any questions, obviously DM me. I will not say I'm a ClickUp expert by any means whatsoever, but you know what? I don't have to be an expert. Accidentally, we just brought this full circle. Isn't that amazing? We just accidentally brought this full circle. I don't have to be an expert on it. I just have to be consistent on it, okay? And me being consistent in my usage of ClickUp is what will make me with an expert. Bam, drop the mic. Let's call it a day. As always, my friends, please make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Go subscribe to the podcast. Leave a rating. I promise I will get the podcast updated with the audio from these shows. But I'm going to venture out. Have a great Wednesday. It's gym day for me. Hopefully it's gym day for you. Their newsletter is great. Okay, thanks, Brian. Cool. Their newsletter is great for ClickUp. Thank you for chiming in there. But yeah, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe to the podcast, share the show if it was useful. And as always, shoot me some ideas. I'm going to start working on Friday's agenda. As soon as this show's done, I'm going to start Friday's agenda. So let me know what you want to talk about on Friday. I'm going to hop off and create some ClickUp accounts, do some education, some training myself. I'm going to do what Mark's doing, try to sell more high ticket stuff so I can have the money, so I can have the freedom, so I can volunteer more, because that's what's near and dear to my heart. But you guys, as always, I very much thank you for your attention. I'm going to give you some love right here, some fireworks. Have a great, great day. And I will see you Friday at 9 a.m. Central. Let's have a good week, and I will talk to you guys later. Have a good day.